Hey guys, welcome back. I am Mickey the Bookworm, and today I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into my July TBR. A couple of these I've already read because we are a few days into July now when I'm filming this, and you'll notice a fewer carryovers from last month because really when it's summer in Maine, you just spend a lot of time taking advantage of the nice weather and being outside, and I just really haven't been reading as much. So I've cut down a lot of the number of books that I would normally try to be reading and tried to go with a more realistic list for July. So the first book that I've actually already read this month is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is about a girl in Philadelphia named Imani, and she wants to go into culinary arts. She's a very talented cook and she wants to learn to be a chef, but she's a single mom. She had a baby when she was 14, and it just kind of goes through all of the things that she has to think about after being raised by her grandmother, having a dad who isn't really in her life, and being a single mom, trying to finish high school, trying to figure out what her next steps in life are going to be. And I really enjoyed it, but I'm going to save my full review for the July wrap up. The next book that I've also already read is called Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This is a much heavier read, and it is Chanel's memoir. Chanel Miller is unfortunately more commonly known in the world as the girl that Brock Turner raped, and it's unfortunate that we know her by his crime and what he did to her. But I'm just saying that to try to get you some context. She has come out with a memoir about her experience, what she remembers, and basically how she was tortured in court as she tried to seek justice, and it really points out some of the horrible things that go on in the justice system. I won't go too deep into that. It was a really great read, really heavy read, but again, I'm gonna save that for my July wrap up. Coming next is going to be The End of Your Life Book Club by Will Schwalb. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this is about a mom and son who start a book club together when they find out that she has terminal cancer, and it just sounded really interesting to me, so I'm curious to see how this one's gonna go. The next book that I'm going to read is an ebook form through my library. It is The Institute by Stephen King, and it's about a boy who is kidnapped and his parents are killed, and he's taken to this place called The Institute, and he finds out that all of the kids there have paranormal abilities like telekinesis or telepathy or things like that, and I've heard it's really good, really interesting, super creepy. So I'm interested to see what happens with The Institute. The next one is going to be Summer of '69 by Ellen Hildebrand. I had this on, I think, my May TBR and just never quite managed to get around to it, but this is a coming of age story about a girl who goes to spend the summer with her grandmother on Martha's Vineyard. She's the youngest in her family, and kind of everything is changing around her. It's the late 60s, there's a lot of social changes going on, so I think this is going to be a really interesting read as well, and I can't wait to get into it. Alright, next I'm going to get into Catching Fire and Mockingjay, the next two books in the Hunger Games trilogy. I was able to finish book one in June, but wasn't quite able to get to the other two, and this is part of my quest to finish rereading the original trilogy before diving into The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, also by Suzanne Collins, which is kind of like a prequel to the original trilogy. So that is an ongoing bookish project for me that I'm hoping I can finish up this month, realistically. Alright, the next book is also an ebook. This one I bought through Amazon, and it was really odd. I read an article that was written by the author, Leigh Stein, about how white women tend to capitalize on really almost everything that goes on in society. We take it, we call ourselves girl bosses, and we find a way to make money off of it, and how harmful that can be to us and to our psyches and to society. And I was really fascinated by that article, and so when it mentioned that she had a book coming out that was kind of like a satire about it, I jumped on it and bought the book. And I'm in the process of reading it right now, and all I have to say is I'm glad that I know it's satire, because if I didn't know that it was supposed to be satire, I would be losing my mind, because it's really annoying. But the point is, it's supposed to be annoying. So we'll see if I can finish it. I hardly ever DNF anything, but we'll see. May not be my favorite read ever. Alright, the next book is going to be a new release. It is coming out July 14th, and by the way, did I mention this is my birthday month? My birthday is July 12th. This book is coming out July 14th, and it is the newest book from Catherine Center, What You Wish For. I read How to Walk Away and Things You Save in a Fire late in 2019, totally fell in love with Catherine Center, and so I pre-ordered her latest book as a birthday present to myself, and I can't wait until it is here in my hands and I can finally read it. So that is definitely going on the list for this month as well. And the other book that I'm also waiting on right now is for the upcoming Three Blondes and a Book club read, and that is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klein. I don't really know too much about this one. I don't know too much about what it's about. I know it has some fantastical elements to it, and it's kind of like a YA or maybe even middle grade fantasy, but I'm excited to get into that. So far, there has only been one book for that book club that I really haven't liked, so I always end up finding new favorites there in genres that I don't normally read and wouldn't have expected. So props to them for that. Anyway, that is the end of my July TBR. I went ahead and kept it shorter this month, knowing I've read a lot fewer books through the spring and summer months than I normally would. And if I end up adding more, you'll see them in my July wrap-up. The next video that you're going to see is going to be my wrap-up from June. I know, I'm behind, but like I said, I've just been out and about enjoying the nice weather and enjoying the Maine summer, and I just, like, editing just requires me to be inside doing things and filming. It makes me spend time inside, and I'm just not doing a lot of that right now, so forgive me. But anyway, I'll be back soon with another video, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.